Hey guys, what's going on? I have this awesome Salaman Great deck profile that I want to show you guys. This deck is not so different from the ones you see on YouTube, the ones you see other people runs. But I made a few changes, and we're gonna start real quick with it. And I'm gonna tell you how this deck pretty much runs. And this deck focuses on field control, and you can OTK your opponent and also destroy your all the cards in your opponent's field as you progress through the turns. So it focuses on those three things, and let's jump right in with the deck profile, and then I'm gonna show you some gameplays of how you can run the deck. So obviously we're gonna start with the staples: triple Lockbird, 2 Salaman Great, triple Maxis. Gonna be running triple Fire of the Salaman Greats. This card is really good. It's a standard. Is the main searcher of the deck and the normal summon of the deck. Once you normal summon this guy, you'll be able to add one of the Salaman Greats. That includes Salaman Great Giselle. And once you send the fire to the graveyard using Salaman Great buildings, you'll be able to special summon Gazelle, and then you can dump to the graveyard Spinny. Okay, so you gotta be careful with this guy as well. He locks you into fire, so you gotta be really careful when to summon him and use his effect. So read all the cards properly so you can have a normal summon without any issues. So yes, definitely run 3 copies. This guy will extend the gameplay, and you guys are gonna love it. Just keep in mind, once you use the effect, you're gonna be locked into fire only, so you're not going to be able to OTK your opponent with Access Code Tucker. But later on in the gameplay, I'm gonna show you how to run the deck properly so you can OTK your opponent and not worry about this being locked by the fire effect of Salaman Great Fire. But definitely you need 3 copies of this guy so you can get an easy access to Raging Phoenix and also Pyro Phoenix. Pretty much the deck focuses on special summoning Salaman Great, Raging Phoenix, and Pyro Phoenix. 1 to search and set up the field for field control, and then the other one is to blow up your opponent's field of any cards that might give you trouble that your opponent might have on the field. So yes, definitely this guy does the Pyro Phoenix. I'm gonna show you later. I'm gonna tell you and show you later on how to do it. So let's continue with the staples. You're gonna be running 2 Ashes, 1 Foxy. You don't need more than that. He's another normal summon, but and he does extend the gameplay, the deck, but it could be costly, because if you don't get any Salaman Great card, you're not gonna be able to add it. So just 1 is good enough. We're gonna be running 3 Gazelle. He is he's another normal summon and also a special summon that extends the deck. So you're gonna be running 3 Gazelle, 3 Spinny, We're gonna be running 2 Code of Sword. This is another new card that came in the new pack for support of the Salaman Great. And what this guy does is, if you control a link monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's a big plus. He's also searchable with silent mining. So if you happen to have silent mining in the hand, you can send a Spinny to the graveyard and add this guy to the hand. And then he has 2 more effects that states that during your main phase you can activate this card. And once this turn, if you link summon a Salaman Great link monster, you can use 1 Salaman Great link monster you control with its same name as the entire material. So let's say you have a wolf, right? You can use this effect, so you can use the same wolf to summon the second wolf. So you can add, let's say, a gazelle from the graveyard to your hand, and so on and so forth. It's a pretty cool thing. And now he has a quick effect in the graveyard during your opponent's turn. Let's say you summon, you already have a Phoenix on the field, and you have this guy in the graveyard. You can activate the 3rd effect that states, during your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard immediately. After the effect resolve, link summon 1 level 3 or higher cyber link monster. That includes any of them, and they all cybers. So you go with Pyro Phoenix or Raging Phoenix, but I'll mostly go with Pyro Phoenix to activate that quick effect. Go for the second Phoenix and I eventually blow up my opponent's field using Pyro Phoenix's second effect. So yeah, definitely 2 copies, and this guy can be a special summon from the hand, which is pretty cool. We're gonna be running 1 Jack and 2 Foul. So Foul is pretty good when you normal or special summon a Salaman Great. He will be able to be special summon from the hand, and he also has another effect that you can send a Salaman Great card from your hand or face up on the field to target 1 set card your opponent controls. That turn, your opponent cannot activate the that trap or spell that is set on the field on their field. And we're gonna be running 2 Exceeds for the spells, 2 Silent Mining, triple Dark Ruler to board break. We're gonna be running obviously the Sanctuary, 1 Whale of the Salaman Great. With this card, you'll be able to normal summon. You're gonna be able to special summon 1 Salaman Great from your hand or graveyard. Also, you can it states here that you can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, then target 1 Salaman Great link monster you control that was link summoned using monsters with the same name in this turn. You can then it says special summon 1 Salaman Great from your hand or graveyard in defense position up to the number of link rating that monster that you target in the in the graveyard. So you can special summon, let's say you have Wolf in the graveyard, you can pick up 2 of the Salaman Greats due to these to his links pointer. He has 2, and you can pick up 2 of the Salaman Greats in the graveyard, special summon them. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna have triple cycle. This is the main spell card that will help you add the Salaman Greats, and also it protects your Salaman Great from whenever they get targeted with monsters effect. Basically, they become immune to monsters effect by targeting one of the Salaman Greats. We're gonna be running 1 Designator, triple evenly match. These two cards, Dark Ruler and Evenly Match, they work perfectly your dark ruler, then you use evenly match. Once you do that, you clear the field. Then you can go with the combos. You can go field control with Raging Phoenix, and eventually, you can get the roar, and along with the other hand traps, you can win the duels. We're gonna be running 2 Imperm, 1 Salaman Great Rage, and 1 Roar, the counter. For the extra deck, 1 Salaman Great Mirage Telio, 2 Berlinks, 1 Linguribo, 1 Jammer, the update Jammer. This card will help you AutoK your opponent. 1 Salaman Great Sunlight Wolf, 2 copies, obviously. 1 Mage, 1 Transcode Talker, 1 Promethean Princess. You're gonna be running 2 Pyro Phoenix, 1 Talker, Access Talker, and 2 Raging Phoenix. Alright guys, I think I explained pretty much how the deck runs. Let's move on with the gameplay so you can have an idea of how this deck runs. And well, let's move on. Alright guys, so let's move on to the gameplay, and I want to show you the first gameplay. And the first gameplay is against this really cool Resonator deck. It looks pretty powerful, different from the ones I played against in the past. If you guys like it and you want to copy it, you can go ahead. He's running 2 Dark Rulers, which is pretty cool. 1 Evenly. He is running the Bonfire. Alright, if you want to copy it, you can go ahead if you guys recognize these cards, and let's move on with the gameplay. So I believe I start second. No, actually I do start first. Yeah, I do start first here. So I'm gonna start with the Gazelle, my opponent's Imperm. And then I will go with Berlings. Berling will add me the field spell. I also activate the Exceed for extra link summon. Then after the Exceed, I'll go with the second Berlings. And now I will go for, I believe, the Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf will activate his effect by special summoning more, so I can grab the Gazelle. Then with Promethean Princess and Sunlight Wolf, I go for Pyro Phoenix. Then with the Sanctuary, I will link summon again for the second Pyro Phoenix. Pyro Phoenix will add me the Roar. Then I'll activate Sanctuary. With Sanctuary, I summon the second Pyro Phoenix. The second Raging Phoenix. Then I summon Soul Cold. I go for Link Revo for Trap Negation. And this is my setup right here. So I have Promethean Princess to pop a monster on the field. I have Link Revo to negate a trap card. Let's say a trap card like Imperm, for example. I also have a Roar, a trap card that is pretty much an Omni Negate. So I have 1 negate, 2 negates, and 1 monster destruction, which is pretty cool. I have some pretty good defense here. my opponent goes with Resonator. I target right away because the reason why I did this is because I wanted to slow him down, and also I thought that he wouldn't be able to special summon the other monsters, but obviously he did here. I went with Pyro Phoenix, summon the Gazelle to have an extra monster on the field just in case. He's adding the other Resonator. He's going for Synchro Summoning. And he searches the Power Force with the spell card. Now he goes for Red Rising. He activates the effect, and I negated it with the Roar. So my opponent tried his best to continue with the game, in his turn, and his deck failed to do so. Anyways, guys, let's move on into the next video, the next replay. And on this one, I believe I go second or first. All right. Actually, I want to show you this one first because the last one is a little bit longer. And let me show you this gameplay against this Castira deck. And it's really powerful, you know, like any normal Castira deck. I see he's trying to keep the deck as consistent as possible. He's not running a lot of, you know, the hand traps. I see he's running more, as you can see, he's running a lot of board breakers. If you guys recognize this deck and all the cards you see here, go ahead and copy the deck. It looks decent, powerful. Alright, let's move on into the gameplay. So I believe I start second here too. Oh, yeah, I remember now. I remember I click. I actually wanted to go first, but I made the mistake of clicking second. My opponent is gonna start first. So he's gonna add the Rice Heart. He summons the Rice Heart, so he can go for I believe, yeah, he goes for Ira. He says 2 and passes, and if you can see, I have 2 evenly matched. I activated Maxi right away because I knew he was gonna go with I believe he summons, yeah, definitely he summons the Unicorn. So I go and activate evenly to get rid of most of his cards. I activate Gazelle. He Baylor's the Gazelle. I send Spin it to the graveyard to activate the second Gazelle's effect. Then I go for Maristello or Mirage. Let's call him Mirage. Then I summon the Jack to go for the I believe it's the second? No, the first buildings. And my opponent gives up. I was going to destroy him here. Anyways, let me show you this last gameplay. And this one is like the best out of them. And I was playing against this really cool Sanavalon deck. And it's really powerful. It's a Sanalabon with the Sterion or Therion. He has a pretty cool combination of Therion, the Sanabalon, and Rika. All plant monsters, which is pretty cool. If you guys recognize this deck and you recognize the cards copy right here, it's a really decent deck, and you know, I managed to defeat it going second. So anyways guys, let's continue. And we had a pretty good duo here because we were going back and forth for a bit, but my setup was so good that I ended up winning the duel. So my opponent will start first. He did not seem to have a pretty good hand either too, even though it's a decent deck. He couldn't set up properly. So he says to once an Avalon and the Rika Kakon. Then I evenly match. I go for the fire, normal summon fire. Add the Gazelle, add the Spinny to the graveyard, summon the Gazelle, send another Spinny. Then I go for Bellings. I add the Sanctuary to summon the Sunlight Wolf. I summon Spinny. I add the Gazelle to the hand. And then I believe I go with Promethean Princess. Summon Princess, activate the effect, summon the Sunlight Wolf. Then I go for, I believe, yeah, Raging Phoenix. Then I activate Sanctuary to go for the second one. Boom. Then I add the Roar, set 2. So at this point I have field control. I have a destruction for monsters with Princess. I have an Imperm for monster negation. And I have the Roar for Omni Negates. So my opponent will go with the Rika Fairy. He managed to get rid of the Phoenix. He summons, he's gonna go with Dryas, the Sanavalon Dryas. So I acted right away. I pop that Rika card. Because one thing about Rika is that they can tribute your monsters due to the field spell, and you know, I acted right away with Princess so I can pop it up. So I normal Foxy, and my opponent negates Foxy with the by tributing my own Princess. But I still have play here. I'm not done yet. Then after I go with Jammer, so I'm going for the OTK here. Summon Soul, activate Source Effect. Then I go with Mage, activated the Jammer. Then I go with Mage and the to summon the Transcode Talker. With Talker I go, summon Jammer again. And then I finally go with Access Code Talker. Then Jammer's effect will activate so I can OTK my opponent. I activate Talker's effect to increase his attack. Then I start blowing up my opponent's cards. And that'll be game. Boom. Finally, boom, the second attack. Alright guys, you guys saw how cool this deck is, and well, this is the deck profile here guys. If you guys enjoy it, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. And well, this is the deck right here, guys. If you like to keep it 42, I would recommend you to, just in case, if you want to keep it 42, I would recommend removing one fire, or maybe not. Maybe you can remove some of the non-engines cars here. You can remove one Lockbird, one Maxi, maybe one evenly match, and one no more, one Dark Ruler, and you can keep it 42. I like it 45. That way I don't happen to draw, the same cards. I think 45 is the sweet spot for this deck. I've been winning a lot of duels with it. But I know some of you guys like to keep it 42 or 40. You can go ahead and remove them. But I believe this is the way to go with it. And anyways, guys, again, subscribe to the channel. Please leave a like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.